Hello and welcome back to the channel, guys. So today I am giving you guys the video some of you have been waiting for, which is my official review and in-depth video guide on the Adventure Quest Infinity Kickstarter. I know that some of you guys have been waiting for this since I made the viral video that I did on returning players, where I kind of went over it briefly, but I promised I'd go over it in more detail, and we're here to do exactly that now. So starting with the basics, for those of you guys who may not know, or may be new here, Kickstarter is a major crowdfunding platform designed to help independent creators fund projects such as tech, games, books, and art through small contributions from a large audience. So basically what that means is people back money. As you can see here, there's 19,118 backers, and they give money, and so towards the goal. The goal was $1, a little more on that later, and right now we're at $1,451,000. So your goal is usually a little more than $1, of course, but Artix Entertainment had a different philosophy when it came to this Kickstarter, which is basically that they have the money to create the game already. However, you can back this Kickstarter to get special rewards, as we'll go over as we scroll down, and also for them to be able to hire more employees so that they can get the game out quicker or sooner. They also have on Kickstarter what's called stretch goals. So like, say their goal is $5,000. If they hit $5,000, they'll do the thing, but if they hit $10,000, they'll have a stretch goal where it's like, well, we'll do this thing. For example, Adventure Quest Infinity's highest stretch goal that they have set up right now is at $1.5 million. So we're about $49,000 away from that. And what that will be is a battle concert on day one launch of the game. So we're going to kind of scroll through this, go over all the rewards, go over all the stretch goals they created and everything. There is a ton of hype around this. Artix Entertainment, it was very obvious they never expected to get 1.5 million, like they're pretty much set to get before this ends. Because their stretch goals were set like really low at first, like in the hundreds of thousands, like not even $500,000 if I remember correctly. And now like just all over the place. Advertising campaigns, everything. So let's start from the beginning with the story. They go on about how the game's a 2D fantasy massive multiplayer online RPG that releases new monsters, quests, and loot every week on your phone, tablet, and computer. If you guys have been here a while, obviously you guys know what the game is. You know it gets updates every week. We also get midweeks halfway through the week, and sometimes an extra little few AC drops, something like that throughout the week. Millions of players have logged in. We remember the glory days back when there used to be about 30,000 consecutive players on the game at a time. And they haven't stopped updating for 18 years, which is absolutely crazy. They haven't missed a single week. So they go on here how they build on ancient technology, but we're here to release it to Steam on the Unity engine so that we'll be able to hit 60 FPS, we'll be able to port it to mobile, all that good stuff. And the reason why they want your money is so they can more quickly port over 60,000 armors, weapons, etc., 5,000 plus monsters, 10,000 plus quests. And that number grows bigger every single week. So every single week they're adding new content to Adventure Quest Worlds. That's another set of content they have to add to Infinity. Here they go over the exact details. You'll earn exclusive digital and in-game rewards, just like how I stated. It's going to allow them to do it quicker. Not that they wouldn't be able to do it to begin with. And then here's the most honorable portion of it. They want to hire more players, artists, animators, etc., instead of using AI. A lot of us don't like that whole AI stuff. It kills their planet, all that wonderful stuff. So it's always great to see them put in real human effort and pay real human people. And then, as mentioned previously, stretch goals. So make 2026 as awesome as it was originally, which I'm hoping it will be. Right now the hype is crazy on Adventure Quest Worlds. When I first started playing again about a month or so ago, average player concurrent count was like 3,000. Now we're all the way at 6,000 when I made my returning player video about how the player base has doubled and why more people should come back. And now that's gone viral, we're at like 9,000 current players, just under 10,000 a day. Absolutely insane for an 18-year-old game to be just that huge still. So here it goes over a lot of key features. The world's going to be ever growing, just like it already is. Phones, tablets, computers, human hand-drawn. Existing players will be able to bring in all of their gear, so weapons, armors, etc., although classes won't immediately transfer over. And your level won't either. But that kind of keeps you guys on a good playing field with the new players, because the new players, well, they're not going to have any levels either, right? And neither will the old players. So we'll all start at level 1. Yes, we'll have some better cosmetics on start. Who knows if they'll transfer the stats or not, they haven't specifically said that, but we know that much at least. Multi-class, just like we've always been able to do. 60 FPS, this is a huge one because we're going to be able to play without lag all the time for once. Scrolling backgrounds, so that sounds interesting. They have shown that in some of the videos. They're going to be adding controller support and WASD support for walking around rather than having to click everywhere, which is completely going to change the way that we play the game, I feel like. Pets, guilds, they did mention at 1.4 million that we would be getting guild hall and everything, so maybe for the first time they'll actually fully flesh that out. Since we never got that in AQW. Castles and houses, we had that already. Special events, we did have those, but obviously we'll have more. Lots of loot. Boss fights with new mechanics, kind of as how you guys can see here. This whole time when they've been fighting Slug Fit in the mirror, there's actually a red field of something that we have to dodge. So I feel it's going to play more like more modern games now. We'll see if that's for better or for the worse. And then here we have interactive battles. Again, this guy's kind of running around. And this guy's kind of standing still, so I don't think it's going to go to every single boss, which is good because some people might not like the new mechanics. Switch between classes, we know this much. Cutscenes, we know about cutscenes. Battle on hand-drawn world. Let's see, so just higher detail, higher fidelity on the backgrounds and everything like that. Here's with the small example here, and it's not a copy-paste job. So a lot of people are wondering why it's not out right away. You guys probably have already seen, 1, they've added new mechanics. 2, they're adding new art, and 3, the art style is different. Like, these enemies look, some of them look worse, but a lot of them also look way better in the new one. They obviously are way more animated and move a lot more too. So they're going about how it's not a copy-paste job, so they can't just copy it and paste it over to the new engine. They have to rescript it, redraw it, reanimate it straight from step 1. Which could be nice, because a lot of the older stuff is going to look very more modern, to say the least. Like, we can see this guy here looks very different than he does previously. They changed his art style. So here we go, remastered adventures, better story quests, faster, filler remove, less backtracking. So it sounds like the quests aren't going to be exactly the same, even though they're going to be bringing over the same storylines, which is nice because it'll give people that play AQW and AQ Affinity a different experience, and it'll probably and hopefully feel a lot more updated. Better drops and loot, reanimated, new remastered music, rebuilt classes, redesigned boss with better mechanics, adding secrets and surprise. This is the part that has me interested. What exactly they're going to be adding that's going to be different, plus the loot drops. What are they going to do to make loot drops better? Because I know that one of the big things they did was make a lot of items AC so that you can bank slot them, but only time will tell. So here we have Drakath and his 13 Lords of Chaos. These guys are going to be ported over day 1, from my understanding, so we'll have these guys right off the rip. I'm not going to show you guys or go in detail about the full lists, because some of you guys might be new to the game. We'll also be getting Doomwood right away, and they recently announced they were being Darkon Saga right away, which the art style in that storyline goes crazy. It's very demented looking, to say the absolute least, and Throne of Darkness. So these are the main ones we should have on release. Pretty significant amount of content just to have on the start, but we also never know what changes, because originally it was just 13 Lords of Chaos, now it's Throne of Darkness as well, Darkon Saga, Doomwood, whole bunch of really cool stuff, and they might, knowing Ardix, just keep going bigger and more bombastic as they go. And now we get to the final part of what do you guys get if you fund this. So this might be the most important to some people, like, hey, what do I get if I fund this? I know I'm going to be getting the game now for free, so what do I get if I help support you guys? Well, just as I stated previously, it's $1 for the project. So if you donate $1, you get to fund it myself right here, along with lifelong bragging rights. So these are going to be exclusive, rare items that likely you won't be able to IOTA or anything like that once the game comes out. And as far as I'm aware, you get these armor sets and everything else, for the most part, in both AQW and AQI. So if you buy this, you're not just going to get an Adventure Quest Infinity, you should also get an AQW. Going further down, this is the most backed one if I'm correct. Because if we scroll on the right, we can see how many people backed it. So 3,800 people backed the $1 one. But if we go up here to the $25 one, this is the most popular one, and it's been backed by 6,500 people. So it comes with the Steam key and closed alpha and beta and access. So Steam key basically means that before the game releases in full for free, you will have a key to be able to access it and play it earlier once they open that up. Anything you see here on the list of things that we get, it's going to be in the next one. So if you buy the $25 one, you get everything in the $1 one. And if you buy everything in the $50 one, you get everything in the $25 one and the $1 one. So it kind of just keeps stacking and stacking. So if we go here, we also see that you get this armor set, this weapon, you get digital extras like wallpapers, you get your name in the credits for anything that's donated over $25. You also get a new title with every single backing thing that you do after this. So this one's founder, next one's epic founder, it goes on and on. You get 3,500 adventure coins, which is about $17.50 ish or $8.25 ish, depending on how you look at it. Like, you buy it at the $10 rate, it's $200. 200 coins $1, so that's $17.50. But if you buy the $100 bundle, it's 400 coins $1, so that's like $8.25, depending on how you want to look at it. But either way, certain good amount of ACs, especially if you've been a free-to-play player. Getting 3,500 is a fair amount. You're gonna get your adventure pack, which is 10 extra bag slots, bag spaces, and you get 10 boosts and potions. And then the nostalgia pack, a collection of existing classic AQD armors, weapons, and helms and capes, which they haven't specifically stated what those are yet. And now it looks like they added cross-game rewards, so you get stuff on Dragon Fable, AQ3D, Epic Duel, and the original Venture Quest. Anyways, we keep going down. We get the Epic Founder Pack. This was backed by 645, but don't get discouraged and think that it's going to keep going down, because the number is about to go up by a lot very soon. Because the second most funded one is actually the $120 one, unless that's changed since I last checked. But with the $50 one, you get everything in the previous ones, but you also get 7,500 coins instead of 3,500. You get to choose one Epic Founder set. So the Doom, the Destiny, or the Chaos. Your choice, your call. You also get the Epic Founder badge. If we keep going down, what do you get if you get $60, which it went from $645 to $1724, just like how I mentioned it's going to go up. You get everything previously mentioned, but you also get 2 armors, 5 helms, 3 capes, and a floating sword pet that Dage himself designed. And then you get 9,000 coins instead of the previous amount. Going down again to the $120 bundle, you get the Flying Fortress of Infinity. It's a player castle. I think they did a video tour recently. It was like 20 rooms or something like that. You also get the Legendary Founder title, and if we zoom back up to this, you don't just choose one of these, you get all 3 of them. As you can see here, the Doom, the Destiny, and the Chaos. You get the class pre-release pass. Get these classes instantly on release: Umbra, Rune Illusionist, Forge Master, Paladin, Dragon Slayer, Shadow Slayer, Enforcer, Pirate, and Ninja. So as each of those classes release, you will automatically unlock those, instead of having to earn them again or earn them for the first time. You also get Spellstones, which is the Monstrous Transform, the Instant Dance Party, and the Cicero's Forge. So I can't go into exact detail as to what exactly all of those are, but they still sound interesting. And this one is backed by 4,075 people, so it's the second most backed item in the whole thing. So it seems like a lot of AQW supporters are adults now, and they really want to make a big support on the game, because here alone is 120 times 4,000. That's $500,000 here on the Legendary Founder Pack alone. If we go down one more step, real quick, 22,500 adventure coins. So that's all the way up to, God, math is not mathing right now, like $112-ish or $56, depending on the going rate again, if it's a $100 rate or the $10 rate. And then this one's really big too. This is the one that I did for myself. It comes with everything previously mentioned, except you get a statue of your Adventure Quest World Hero. So whatever your Adventure Quest World Hero looks like, you're going to get them kind of just like this, like Gravelin looks here. They're going to immortalize your character however you want to get it immortalized in a statue. And it'll be on an exclusive map where it shows all of the people's stuff that they got immortalized with. And right now we're at 1,300 statues, which is absolutely insane. But some people, they just want to be immortalized, myself included. And then the other thing that you get with it is just that the map or house that you see here, they're going to be adding a pedestal for your statue where it shows your statue specifically. And then the other thing you get to choose to do with your statue is you could choose to make it where people can earn or get your statue within the game itself, or if you were going to be the only one in the entire world that has a copy of your statue. There's that. I'll probably make mine public so that anybody who watches my channel can have a statue of me in their home if there's anybody at all out there that would want that. But going down again, this one a lot of people weren't too happy with, but people got excited about it regardless. So it's $400, it's $150 more than that. It comes with all the same stuff. However, you also get to get 1 free iota. You also get to sponsor, I guess is the specific word, the conversion of 5 items. You will choose the items, and your name will be credited on the item for all players to see. So if I sponsor the sword, it'll be like, hey, ItsJingWei brought this sword over. And there are some exceptions, but if you do not already have the item that you sponsored, it will also be added to your account. So a lot of people are probably going to use it as a way to cheese getting hard to get items in their account, but we'll see, because it says there are exceptions. So, and then we go down to $500, custom weapon designer, 40 people. The reason why it's 40 and the reason why this next one's 25 and the last one's 2 is because they limited the quantity of it. And so that basically means that whereas the rest you could buy as much as you want, you could buy it, you know, unlimited, like 1 million people could buy it. These were limited specifically to 1, reduce the load on the Artix Entertainment workers, and 2, to create basically FOMO, it feels like. It's custom weapon designer, $500, everything previous, but the only difference is you can work with Artix Entertainment to get your specific sword or weapon designed. And it's going to be named whatever you want to name it, and you get credited for it. Same deal with the armor set, except instead of $500, it's $1,500. Well, you get to create a whole full armor set, so hopefully it's something that makes you happy. I think that's a bit steep for me, but I work for a living. You know, I work full-time, I have 3 kids, I don't have a lot of money left over at the end of the day, so... But whoever has it expendable on account, great on them. And now if we go down to Mysterious Stranger, $5,000. This is the final one, but it's only 2 backers. So basically what you get is you get everything previously, the full custom art set, the custom weapon, the statue, the 22,500 ACs, the Steam keys, etc, etc, etc. It all kind of stacks on top of each other. There's so much more. Except the only difference is you don't know exactly what you're getting. They haven't told you, but you know that you're probably getting something crazy, and you get the Mysterious Stranger's Offer title. If anybody sees you out in the wild with that, they know that you're one of only 2 people in the world that'll have it, because I highly doubt they're going to allow you to IOTA that. And now last but not least, we have the stretch goals. So pretty much the way that you guys can look at this is every 100% is $1, right? So if we're at 100,000% funded, that's $10,000, right? If we're at 3 million%, that's $300,000. Continuing on. So the new world record, we get an exclusive badge within the game that says the world record breakers. Jesus, tongue twister. World record breakers, because that's the highest any Kickstarter's ever been funded. But they also don't set the goal so low. 3 million%, we get the expanded Founder weapon set, battle axe, daggers, weapons, warhammer with FX, 5 million% adventure pack with rewards doubled. So instead of getting 10 inventory and 10 bank slots, you get 20 inventory, 20 bank slots. Exclusive bonus pet backers vote, which we did get to vote on that. Exclusive nameplate, 4 founder tier and above. Main story boss fights funded, main story class funded, 13 Lords of Chaos Saga funded. So I think these 3 were just filler, and they were going to do that anyways, but they didn't know what to put because they didn't expect to make as much money as they did, which is absolutely crazy. And I did my math here wrong. This is, yeah. But anyways, here we have 40 million% funded, which is 400,000. Extended story from beginning, introduce Graveland Shed of Scythe in the cast for the showdown. So that's the Doom Saga, or the, yeah, something like that. Doomwood Saga, yeah. Here we go. For the Doomwood, and then this is the Doomwood itself. And then apparently we get that saga, but anybody who backed gets a bonus quest to do, so I wonder what type of rewards will be tied to that. Darkon Saga with bonus backer quests, so we'll get an exclusive quest there as well. And this is where we hit $1 million. They added these items to the game where you guys can, or rather all of us, can get an extra Steam key. So instead of 1 Steam key, you have a second one, so you can bring the second account, you can bring in a friend, whatever you want to do. And we also got a mission to get the scythe within the game. At 110 million%, we got the soundtrack. 120 million%, we got Steam achievements added to digital rewards, which to me is pretty cool. I'm a big achievement hunter guy. On Xbox, I hit over 1 million gamer score. I did it for like 10 years, so I love achievements. I love things that kind of just show that, hey, I did this. Little flex point. 130 million% Throne of Darkness Saga on release, with bonus quests for backers, of course. 140 million%, we just recently hit this. So congratulations, guys. We now get guild halls. Heck yeah. Exciting. And then 150 million%, which I have no doubt in my mind we'll be able to hit before these 9 days end. Battle Concert. We launched the game in style, so I wonder who they'll have play, what band, but exciting to see that we'll be getting a Battle Concert, so that's awesome. So here they state stretch goals include sagas and features we really want to make. Unlocking the stretch goals guarantees it will be made. To be frank, I feel like it already guaranteed it would be made, whether we paid for it or not. I mean, it's kind of their obligation, right, if they want their game to succeed. However, the way that I look at this is us meeting the stretch goals means that we'll have it before or by launch. So, and here they say thank you sincerely, whether you're supporting this Kickstarter, sharing it, or cheering us on. We're grateful for you being a part of Adventure Quest World's future. Battle on. So I imagine this is going to be the new battle on button in the game. Tells us how we can play their other games. And I did make a returning players video for you guys and how you guys should be playing them. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the experience of playing Adventure Quest Worlds again. And their final message to us. This one I'm going to read verbatim before I lead it, just because I feel like this is something that's very special to them and important to them. So here we go. Artix Entertainment is an established studio that makes a lot of fun games. Our friendly team and community have successfully delivered several big Kickstarters in the past. As always, we will go above and beyond for our backers. No product is without its risks and challenges. Before launching this Kickstarter, we built a server and client for Adventure Quest World Infinity. We ran several successful tech demos with existing players to prove its viability. The biggest risks include delays and differences between the original game and this new one. This game project is not a simple port. Oh no, this is a full rebuild of the entire MMORPG on different technology with a completely different art format. It will be indifferent in many ways from the original. If you're playing the original, then know your item art and character animation from the original game will not exactly match the ones in this game. Also, it may not be possible to convert every item. We will listen to you and make changes based on your feedback. We will continue to create new content for the original game while we convert and remaster content for this new one. Running both games is our official plan. Content will be created using the methods we have perfected over the past 17 years and then converted using our new tools. It will take a very long time for this new game to catch up with the amount of content and features that are in the original. This is a challenge and also part of the fun. As a backer, you're invited to play each area as we release it. The most serious danger of backing this Kickstarter is, if we succeed, we will want to convert our other games over to. So this kind of brings up three things. One is, one of my biggest concerns in my Return to AQW video was that the game is not going to have a lot of content on release. And that might scare off new players, because MMOs are always supposed to have a lot of content, right? And that's why most new MMOs fail, is because they don't have those 5, 10, 15 years of backlog content. And this game won't either on release. So it won't be a super crazy long experience for those new players that have never played it before. And who knows, it will be enough to keep them around and let them stick, you know? Because this isn't 2008 anymore. Point number two is just the fact that I did not mention it in this video specifically, but AQW and AQI will both be getting weekly releases once this game comes out. So expect new content in both games every week, right? It's not going to be this game comes out and AQW is no longer supported. They will both be supported simultaneously. And then the last item, the most serious danger back in this Kickstarter is if we succeed, we will want to convert our other games over too. So this is a concern by some people because of the fact that people worry that Artix Entertainment is going to spend their funds they got from making this game, instead of making this game bigger, converting their other games over too. Granted, we never know what they're actually doing. You know, we only get to know and find out once it happens. I did not show the trailer on this, guys. That's on you guys to watch. I just want to avoid copyright and all that good stuff. But you guys, I highly recommend checking this trailer because it also gives you a little more information. It's also just funny. It's got the typical Artix Entertainment humor. And last but not least, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Battle on.